Hello everyone, welcome back to Uncharted Lost Legacy. We're going to do all the collectibles in Chapter 4, for which there are a ton. First one is going to be right here, the photo in the Western Ghats. We're going to get it out of the Jeep here in a second, but first they're going to tell us to open the map. So we're going to do that by hitting the touchpad. Now, I created a map that you can use as a guide. I'll put a link to a description if you just want to see the image. This is basically where we're going to go. I'm going to, for the most part, go counterclockwise, and I'm going to get the two treasure in the middle at the very end. So if you want to reference that, you can check out the link. But the first photo, once you get open the map there, you have to get out of your Jeep. Make sure you do it before you drop down to the next section, otherwise you won't be able to get back up here. So we're going to go find the prompt there to hit triangle. Go ahead and snap that photo. That is number 6 in the game. Now our second lockbox is going to be a little northwest of that previous one. You're going to see the lockbox over there to the left-hand side. In order to get there, we're going to have to go climb up this side. Now this is kind of on the path over to one of the Hoysala tokens. I'm not going to put those in this video. I have those in a separate video if you need it. You can also see them all on your map once you get to the northeast corner. The area with the monkeys, you can actually get them popped up there. But that was the first lockbox in the chapter. The second one in the chapter, the third one in the game, is going to be a little east of there. This is another area where you're going to find a Hoysala token. But first, before you get to that area, there's a lockbox there. So open that up. Now we're going to go to where the token's located. In order to get that token, you're going to use a grenade to blow open this wall over here. Now doing that will grant you access to where the token is located. It'll also grant you access to where the next photo is. So the token is over here to the right hand side, so go ahead and grab that if you haven't yet. And then come up over here to where the statue is. He is pointing towards the Trident Fort, and we're kind of making our way over that, but right in front of that statue is the photo opportunity, so go ahead and do that. Another photo, we're going to go a little northeast of that previous location, and we're going to be looking towards all the waterfalls from basically the lower level of them. So in this big open area, you're going to have to find the photo location. You can kind of see those little glowing dragonflies indicating where the photo location is, so you can use those if you can't find your way there. And you can see I got the picture didn't happen trophy because that was my final photograph. I had to do it through chapter select. Now we're going to go up to follow the waterfall path a little further east, and we are on the south side of the water, and there's actually a little hidden tunnel over here to the left hand side. So we're going to go backtrack through here, and you can already see the glowing treasure sitting right there, so we're going to pick that up. And then there's another treasure nearby, so we're going to go get that. You can see we're kind of in the middle of the water now. And you're going to see two waterfalls, and it's actually going to be on a little climbable platform just in front of us here. And of course, if you get all the tokens, all 11 of them, you can go and exchange those and get the Queen's bracelet, the ruby bracelet. That'll actually help you find the treasure a little bit easier. But speaking of treasure, we're going to have another one. Keep following the waterfall path up. We're heading towards the Trident Fort. Now once you get towards the top, we're going to have to kind of backtrack, go down into this little path here and follow this straight over here to where this little stone pillar is, and right next to it is the treasure. So now we're going to get an optional conversation, our first in this guide, first of 17, and this is actually going to be right in front of the Trident Fort. As you approach the fort, if you look up, you can see the L3 prompt there. You need to hit L3 to initiate this optional conversation. This actually isn't the optional conversation. Nadine's going to walk towards you, and she'll have the little prompt there with the 3 dots. You have to go and hit triangle on her to get credit for it. Now there's a lockbox in the area. After you clear out the fort and you exit the fort, you're going to drop down, and we're right by the front entrance of the fort where the optional conversation was. Well, there's a new truck here that wasn't there previously, so you're going to climb up to the back of this and unlock that box. Again, you have to clear that fort in order for this truck to appear with the lockbox. So now we're going to do a treasure. It's over by one of the token forts, and there's a little path just to the left of the water. If you follow the water, you'll see the path here that's going up, that's going to wind around. We ourselves are going to wind around right to a treasure, right around the bend over here.
I'll be right back. You got it.
All right, so again, continuing counterclockwise around this area, we are near another token location. So here it's a very easy fort right there. That's where you have to pull the lid off the hidden area. This truck is going to be here only after you pick up that token. If you don't pick up that token, that truck will not be there. So right behind you, there's the stone elephant. We just need to go around to the other side over here, and we're going to climb up it. Going up it will lead us to a treasure. It's going to be inside the elephant's eye. All right, so nearby, we're just going to go travel a little north. We got quite a few things that we're going to get over in this area. First, we're actually kind of by the monkey fort where you put all the tokens. But before that, you're going to climb up to this area here, pick up the 17th treasure. Now, you'll see a lockbox straight in the distance below us, so we're going to go run over to that. This is a special lockbox because not only do you get credit for unlocking this box, you're also going to find the 18th treasure. So we got a 2-for-1 special right here. So pick that clean. There's, of course, usually a good weapon, and there are a lot of gold guns are inside of these. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Don't need any grenades, but I do need that treasure on the left side of the box. So make sure you pick up that treasure before leaving this area. Now we're going to go over to what I call the monkey fort. Once you go in this area, you're going to find monkeys in the back. You're going to go up to this cliff side here and take a photo of it. Now, we're going to get some other treasures, an optional conversation, and a photo in this area. These you cannot get until after you get all the tokens. So come back here after you got the tokens, after you get the Queen's bracelet. Then you can gain access to the back area where the monkeys were. And there are 3 treasures right next to each other. Real simple. Again, you need to have acquired all 11 tokens and gone to that little map there and put the tokens there to reveal this area. Now, in this same area, we're just passing where the treasures were. Come back here to this pillar where there's monkeys. Hit triangle on that to search it. This is going to start the optional conversation. So Nadine's going to walk over here in just a second. So now I can initiate it by hitting triangle. Now, before we leave this area, we got one more thing. We got one more photo, and there's the optional conversation trophy because I, again, did it through chapter select. There is one more photo right near us. This is actually kind of opposite of where the first photo was just a moment ago. So go ahead and walk up over here. It's actually behind us. To the left is where the action's at. My camera's not pointing at it, of course. But that is the 10th photo.
That was amazing.
Now we got another lockbox. We are going to head a little south and west, and we're going to find another token fort. This one's pretty easy. It's going to be in the back of this truck. Usually when you find one of these trucks, there's going to be a lockbox in it. Not always. There's going to be a second lockbox in this area as well. Just a good maybe 100 yards away. You're going to see another truck. However, it's not actually going to be in the truck. It's actually going to be behind it to the left side. So we're just going to swing around over here to acquire it. All right, so now we travel just a little north and we're going to find a treasure. This treasure is kind of like just randomly placed out in the middle of nowhere here. You're going to see these red flowers. It's going to be inside of this area here. And then we're going to have a photo basically west of that location. Now you're going to see a waterfall to my right hand side. I'm going to pass it. You're going to see this really colorful tree here to the left side. It's a very unique looking tree. This is the spot we're going to get out at, and we're going to try to look for the little prompt here, and it just flashes on the screen there for just a split second, and I missed it. That's how much of a pain in the butt it was to find these things. So eventually, there it is. I found it. We'll turn around and take a photo of that up there on the cliffside. Now we're going to get another treasure near another token location. Now this is the fort where you have to do the horse puzzle with the dials. And you would normally climb up there. However, we're just going to go skip past that over to the water, past the water there, and climb up a second entrance area here. And straight in front of us will be treasure number 23. All right, so now we're going to go head towards the Axe Fort. This is another one where we're going to get credit for unlocking a box as well as finding a treasure inside. So just outside of the fort, the axe fort, you're going to find this truck, this lockbox, and inside the lockbox you're going to find a treasure. Now there's going to be an optional conversation in front of that fort. However, we are not going to go do that just yet. We'll come right back here in just a moment. First, what we're going to do is get inside our Jeep. So from that, basically that location, we're going to find a tunnel that goes underground to the back, kind of back to the previous area we've been. So we're going to travel down here. This, I believe, is my final treasure as well, so we're going to get a trophy here as well.
I'm just going to take a look around. I'll keep myself...
Again, you can do all of these through chapter select. Took me a little while to find all of the collectibles in chapter 4, just because it is the only real big open area in the game. Plus, there's far more collectibles in this chapter than any other in the game. And there's the trophy collector of antiquities. So now let's go back to that fort. So we're gonna go past that truck. We found the lockbox. We are gonna eventually have to use the winch on the Jeep right up here to break open these doors. However, before you do any of that, when you go up to the fort entrance, hit L3. You can see it's right there on the top of the entryway there, the axe. Hit L3. That will prompt Nadine to come over to you, at which point you can then start the optional conversation. So next up is a photo inside the axe fort. After you do the first puzzle room, when you go towards the next one, you're going to come outside briefly for just a moment, go up to the edge of the cliff in front of you here, and that is where we can take the photo. Alright, so next up we got a treasure. Now we're going to go kind of head way southeast, west of where we just were. And there is going to be a little bridge here made out of trunks of trees. And in the water here, in the rocks rather, is where we're going to find treasure number 26. Treasure number 27, not far from that area, we're going to go climb up. And we're going to climb up into a kind of a hidden doorway here. And you can see I'm already inside it. We climbed up through that opening above that door. Inside this room is going to be the treasure. Lockbox number 10. We're going to find this by another token. Actually, this is where you get the token, as a matter of fact. So we're going to get credit for opening a lockbox as well as finding a treasure. So when you open this up, there's actually two things of importance in here. The treasure as well as the Hoysala token. And the gun if you enjoy those types of things. So there, I picked up the token.
Finders keepers.
I meant to pick up the treasure first so we could have expedited this, but nonetheless, that's where you get the token, and then, of course, make sure you get the treasure. So just east of there, we're going to find another photo location. This photo spot is actually aiming towards the bow and arrow fort. So from that location on the map, just come up to the edge here. You can see the little dragonflies in front of us there. That is photo number 13. We're going to find photo number 14 by the elephant that's in the middle of the water. This is also close to where the token is going to be located. Token is underwater. You have to swim to it. However, the photo, you just got to find the spot right in front of the elephant in order to take a photo of it. Alright, so next up, lockbox number 11. We're going to go down to the fort in the southwest corner of the map. This is real easy. You're not going to miss this one. It's going to be in your path. You'd have to walk past it and completely be blind in order not to see it to open it. So make sure you open that up. Now, as you're approaching the fort entrance, once again, we're going to have an optional conversation here with Nadine. So again, just like we did previously, hit L3, look up there. That'll trigger Nadine to walk over to you and wish to start the optional conversation. And that'll be the last optional conversation in Chapter 4.
Sixth avatar of the god Vishnu, a fearsome warrior. Trained in the martial arts by Shiva himself, but only after...
Alright, so the final lockbox in Chapter 4 is in the fort area. You have to climb up a whole bunch of cliffs, and eventually you're going to get to the top area. In the top area, you're going to have a lot of guys. It's going to be a little shootout here, and then you're going to go towards that structure over there out in front of me. So there's a little bridge that leads to that. The actual lockbox itself is in a little lower section here below the bridge. So we went counterclockwise around this entire map, and that was my last lockbox. As you can see, I did it through chapter select once again. Now the only two things we missed are the two treasures kind of near the middle. So we're going to go and get those. They're going to be near each other. So from that location on the map, it's just going to be on the side of these ruins here. And then there's going to be another treasure on the opposite side in the same set of structures here. So you can see my location there. We drove around the side of the building. Get out of your Jeep and then walk straight back here, and you'll find the final collectible in chapter 4. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys check out the rest of my Uncharted Lost Legacy trophy guides or any collectible playlists. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.